Going on YouTube, Halloween Hunters here. It's the next day. Decided not to touch the 70 today because I'm gonna wait for my friends to help me pull the motor on that. But I had some time. I do have to do some work from home today, but it's early in the morning still. Got the front fender off of the 58 here, as you see. One of them, so I decided to bring the jack down today. You wanna see my suspension on this car? This is the suspension. This is what was holding the car up. Look how squished it got from all those years. Just a little piece of 2x4 shoved in the spring. That's what was lifting the car up. Because as you can see, here's the air ride shit, which I don't know what kind of, I don't see a bag in there. Oh wait, there is a bag in there still. Okay. This thing's probably shot anyways though. But just look at all the dirt in here, man. Look at all this dirt, this mound of dirt that I've just been knocking out of here. But I'm going to, not today, but I will be getting the, look at this, dude. When I tell you that they were living in here, I mean, they were living good. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a skunk or a ground squirrel or gophers or something like that. Because they burrowed under the car and then they dug all this dirt under here. But dirt's not bad, you know? I can clean this dirt, no problem. But yeah, those are the last two bolts like I was talking about, I got off. The tire, or the rim, is pretty seized. So instead of banging on it, and I didn't have any breakaway right now, so I just spun the tire and got it out. So I'm about to do the other side. That way I'll have most of the front clip off. And I've been putting all the screws back where they go. What's cool is it has all the original 58 wiring and it looks to be in good shape. Obviously we'll have to test it all, but what's cool is this pops into one of these holes up here. Little quick disconnect, little panel mount. I love panel mounts and it's awesome that 58 did that. Yeah, these lines are dunzo. So all the wiring doesn't look bad other than this one that got chewed. All these big main wires all change. But this is what really pissed me off about this car. Why? That's my question, is why? I understand you put a 350 in it. Okay, fine. But why did you cut the frame for the fuel pump to fit when you could have easily just added an electric fuel pump for like $50? Instead, they got the torch and just cut out the frame. That just makes me so sad. And then they cut out this for the air. Oh man, there's a million things on this car that make me sad. That's okay, that's okay. We're gonna be filling a lot of trash cans full of stuff. Man, I'm dripping sweat out here. It's a beautiful day though. It is a beautiful day. I'll see something else that they did to get the engine in. You see that weld right there? They cut this beam out so they could get the engine in easier. Which, like, I'm not super mad at. At least they welded it back. But like, y'all could have done it without that. The 350 is not that big, you know, but whatever. We're gonna fabricate a new battery holder here. I'm not even gonna start saying what we're fabbing because 90% of this car is getting refabricated, but okay, I'm gonna get to work on this fender. I'm gonna move some trash out of the way and then we can see how she looks with no fenders on her. And then it'll probably be a long time before I pull the engine because I just don't have time for that. But I'll probably get the bumper off, get the grill. This fender I'll take off right now. And then might take off this core support. It seems like it's only held on by like one or two more bolts down there. Not much else. And yeah, but I just don't have time to pull this engine yet because I have a lot of other projects and I have I have to pull the 70 engine to rebuild that. So I'm gonna get back on this guy. Now, obviously, if we were gonna keep this fender, we wouldn't just be throwing it around. But this thing is rotted, so it's okay if we toss it around. And I also have new chrome for the fenders anyway, so if it gets a little messed up, that's fine. So now let's get this thing out of here. There you go. Simple as that. As you see, there's a piece of wood for our other part of the suspension, which is just great. Oh, man. Whew, I need some water. Look at that. She's starting to look good now. Oh, man, there's a lot of stuff we're going to get rid of on this car. Like, I don't know, everything. Because we're not going to have AC, we're not going to have heat, none of that. Maybe windshield wipers if I'm feeling saucy about it, but probably not even windshield wipers, to be honest. See, what's good is, the best part about tearing apart a car, especially one that's fucked up like this, is that if you mess up, it don't matter. And also you get to learn a lot, you know? I'm learning which bolts come off and in what order, you know? Now I'm seeing like, it's so much easier to get to the bumper bolts now that the fenders are off. So when I put the car back together, we'll do the bumper first, then the fenders. Somebody might be watching this and say, you know, I've built Cadillacs for however many years and you don't do the bumper first, but you know, we're learning. That's what we're here to do. You don't just come out and say, you know, I know everything out the door. You gotta put in the time, put in the effort, learn. I already bought the 58 Cadillac shop manual. Every time I buy a new Cadillac, it's the first thing I do. So I go on eBay and I buy a shop manual. And I just kind of go through it, read through it, kind of just get an overview. And then as you're building it, I mean, it's just a template of how to build the car. Obviously, commercial chassis are going to be different. The shop manual just kind of shows you from here up. But she's looking good. This is literally held on by, I think, one bolt down there in the center, the way it feels. I gotta put all my bolts back. So all the bolts I take off, I'm putting them back, so I know where they go. We did snap one. Which one did I snap? This one. So that's gonna have to get drilled and tapped. This is, I think, an AC fan. This goes to your coolant. There's a part of the rusty exhaust. It's gonna have to get ripped out. I'm gonna repaint everything in here, you know, black, the frame, the firewall, except that the heater core with the model number. I'm just gonna clean it and then I'm gonna clear coat that. So that's gonna be original. Everything else is getting blacked out. We're gonna pick up some new tools to help us. I think I'm gonna take this brick out and see how low she falls. But it's pretty crazy, man. I mean, I do plan on putting air ride on this thing. Since it was already chopped up for air ride, I might as well just throw new air ride in it. I think it'll be easier than refabbing everything for springs or coilovers or whatever, but I would love to have a 58 on air ride anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. But pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. We're getting somewhere. I am gonna take the doors off too, because it'll just be a lot easier to fabricate and work on when they're sitting on a bench instead of on the car, and you gotta sit on the floor and be on your hands and knees. So yeah, only snapped one bolt. I was actually really surprised. Every single bolt that I have tried to take off so far with the impact has come out with no issue. Now, mind you, every once in a while I'd come down here and spray them with some of this breakaway, which this stuff is great. This PB blaster, this stuff works great. This one's pretty much out. But every once in a while, when I was down here working on this thing, I would just shoot all these bolts and letting them soak. So maybe that helped, maybe it didn't, but whatever. Everything came off nicely. The wiring harness all came out nice. We're also going to save this and we're going to test everything before we drop another engine in. But man, I'm excited. Look at this. I was thinking about making an Instagram page to show the process, but I mean, we're already doing that here on YouTube, so I don't know if I really want to do that, but I'll take pictures and, you know, whatever. Let's see. What else can I show you? I think this is going to end the video because I'm not doing the bumper today. See, I'll probably take this core, what is the heater core out and clean it and clear coat it. I like that originality. These I'm gonna keep original. This is gonna stay original. I'm just gonna clean it and kind of help it up. There's the other one. The dashboard, pretty rotted, but you can get new covers for that. Shouldn't be too hard. I want to take the windshield out because I want to clean up any rust that's in there, repaint it, put a new seal, also redo the dash while that's out. That makes it easier. I gotta take all these door cards off. I'm gonna give these to my friend and see if he can make me a mold to cast those. We'll see, just for fun. I do need them because I'm missing them on the front fenders. But just to see if we could do it, just for fun. I'm gonna do a little cutaway because on the ambulances and the combos, some of them had an AC vent right here if they were AC equipped in the back, and if it wasn't AC equipped, there would be a little storage door right there for like first aid or something, as far as I know. There was also an AC vent right here. See that? So this is like just a stock thing. If it was a combination car, then this rail right here would be missing, which I'm gonna have to cut out, because you'd have your two jumper seats right here, and this would be for airflow, for the rear air. I also might put like a switch panel right here for something, I don't know what. What's cool is in the 66, there's a switch panel here that there's a red, green, and a yellow light, which you can kind of see in there. And what that does is it goes up to the dash, and then there's a red, green, yellow light up on the dash right there. in this car, in the ambulance. So basically the person in the back can flip a switch to let the driver know, you know, what's going on. I'm guessing, you know, green, the patient's okay. Yellow, we gotta hurry up. And red is like, we need to get to the hospital right now. So I don't know too much about ambulances, but that's my little guess. So we did rip out the floor. What you see now is the original flooring, what's left of it. This piece here, I'm gonna have to refabricate. I think it's stainless. That's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like too. Plus it didn't rust. And it's not aluminum, I don't think. It might be aluminum. It's hard to tell, but this is an easy part to fabricate. So I'm gonna refab one of these because I need it on the other side. These two doors close and open really well. The other side does not open as well. Oh man, this car is gonna be low. I mean, look at that. It's already on the floor. And the back side is also held up by wood 2x4s in the suspension. So once I take that wood block out, who knows how low this thing is gonna sit. So when we run the new exhaust, it's gonna have to be really tucked away. But that's why I wanna rip the floor out. I mean, I don't have the means to do a frame and body off restoration. Plus this car would probably just fall apart if you tried to take the body off the frame, but that's why I want to take all the flooring out so I can do everything easily. Without crawling under the car, I can do everything from up here. I can run the exhaust, brake lines, fuel lines, everything. Hydraulic lines. This car, I'm not going to put floors in this car until this thing is running, driving, air ride works, everything works, exhaust done. Then I'll weld up a new floor because I don't want something to happen and be like, oh crap. Although I was thinking, just because I want to make this video longer than it needs to be, what I was thinking is in the rear above the axle of putting a access panel here, because this is going to have airbags mounted there. If anything happens with those lines or those bags, I want to be able to get to them easily. So I'm going to be putting a door here. It's just going to lift up and you'll have full access of underneath at the rear end. I think that's just going to make my life a whole lot easier, because everybody I know who puts a commercial chassis on air ride has airbag problems. So I'll probably have problems too, knowing my luck. So I want to be able to fix it easily. So I'm going to be putting an access door there for the rear airbags. Oh man. Now she looks like a project. Oh yeah. So here's the fenders. Wheel wells are in pretty good shape. I'll probably end up saving these and using these same wheel wells. Like I said, I put all the screws back where they go. Probably use this same electrical. We'll see how good it is. Like I said, we'll test it, but yeah, pretty sweet, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is where their house was. And here's the other one. I'll just have to buy a new one of these relays here, which I don't know what this relay is for, but I've looked at other 58 pictures and it's on there. All right, man. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Wayne Hunter's here, and we'll catch you guys next time.